Hello and welcome back once again to Viking Whiskey. Today it's the third bottling of the Highland Park Valhalla series, the Odin, bottled in 2015 at 16 years old. This one was matured in Spanish sherry casks and refill hogsheads and bottled at 55.8%. I've really been looking forward to tasting this black bottle for quite a long time. So here it is. Small Odin, and I'm ready to give it a go. Details are on the screen right here. All right, definitely that sherried color, but not overly done. Brownish, sort of golden walnut colored. Let's give it a whiff. Oh, really nice sherried notes here, and naturally totally different from the last two bottlings because they had nothing sherried in them at all. Here you have that sort of cigar box wood, sanded wood, sort of a dusty feeling, old leather and that sort. Some black cherries, a bit of tobacco leaves, a little bit of orange oil, but there's not much sweetness in the nose. You don't have a lot of those dried fruits, so I'm guessing this is probably a PX, because it really doesn't have a lot of those Oloroso notes, but I'm not a sherry expert. It's definitely very nice. It's got just a little hint of those varnish notes, light smoke, a very tiny hint of toffee hiding underneath, but really tiny. So, curious to see what it tastes like. Let's give it a go. Naturally, you do feel the alcohol burn, but it's not too much. It's just warm, light black pepper bite, tiny bit of ginger, and then you have a lot of these sherry notes. There's a bit of muscovado sugar. You get that dryness, that oaky wooden bitterness, which comes on actually quite strong. I always find that sherried whiskies, they have a very sweet nose, but then tend to be drier on the palate. This one is as well. Here you have like, there's some pickled plum or sour cherry, like sort of a more astringent note coming out. Freshly cut grass, astringency and bitterness. There's not a lot of sweetness, but there is some smoke and there's definitely warmth and spiciness. So it's very full-bodied and quite nice. Second chew. All right, on the second chew, it's super dry. I mean, my gums are getting squeaky. Very dry. More ginger, light spearmint, more of that astringency, that sort of sour cherry, or I'd say light green apple. A little bit more sweetness now, but it's more like a refined white sugar sweetness. But there's still a bit more of that warm, smoky feeling. So the body is still quite nice. Last one. The third shoe does have some more bite, more spiciness, more ginger, but also there on the front, quite a lot more sweetness, some nice toffee, creamy toffee and muscovado sugar. There's more smoke. There's also leathery notes, and there's brine. It's getting a little salty. So spicy, salty, sweet, smoky. Oh, if this sweetness can last throughout the finish, it's very, very nice. But I have my doubts. So far, so good. On the finish, still very, very warm, peppery, smoky. There is a light sweetness still lingering. You still have some oaky bitterness, some of that astringency is still there. It's actually carried through the flavor profile all the way, which is very uncommon for the whiskies that I usually taste. But here, the sweetness is waning off. If it had only stayed on for longer, it would have been a fantastic finish. It's still nice, for sure. But and the dryness is also sort of faded away, which is quite nice. It was really too dry there at one point. So, all right, rating this Odin guy. On the nose, it was nice, but nothing marvelous. I'm gonna go and say the nose was an 85. The taste was nice. It was good. But again, I didn't fall off my chair. I had hoped for a little bit more, I don't know, something special. But the body was really nice, 87. Finish. The finish has until now actually proven to be better than I expected. All the right elements are lingering and staying on. It's a really long, really warm finish. Getting into a little bit of espresso and coffee flavors here at the long side of the finish. Very nice. I'm gonna go and say the finish is actually an 89. Which leaves us with an average of 87. All right. Thanks so much for checking in on this one. Hope you enjoyed it. I did for sure. And I hope to see you again tomorrow for the fourth one and the last one in the Valhalla series, the Thor. Cheers.